So we'll start by bringing our awareness to the body, to our posture, making sure that we adopt a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we keep our feet flat, our back straight, giving ourselves, in a way, the instruction to pay attention mainly to whether we start to slouch or to lean, thinking that the upright spine is the most important aspect of the posture. And we start to move our attention away from the environment and away from thoughts of the past or future. We start to use the physical sensation of the air as it passes into and back out of the tip of the nostrils as a way of anchoring our awareness in the present. Just letting go again and again of whatever might arise in the mind that isn't that sensation, noticing as quickly as possible and gently lifting our attention from the distraction back onto that sensation. And then just on your own, set a positive, virtuous motivation for your time, thinking of the benefits of your practice and how those benefits are not only for oneself, and wanting to be able to benefit others through developing your qualities, thinking that that is what principally motivates you. And we'll continue to work with the homework from Venerable Khadro's class up to class 3, which are the 8 freedoms of a precious human rebirth. We'll be thinking just about these 8 of the 18 total qualities, the freedoms. So, of course, it's important to understand that the purpose of meditation is to concentrate the mind on a virtuous object. And so, if contemplating the preciousness of our lives in some way increases a sense of separation or a sense of superiority, then we're not focused correctly, not understanding correctly the intent. The intent is to understand the incredible possible options for what we could be experiencing, and to see those as what we have experienced and what we may experience again. So all we can say is that at this moment, we're not experiencing them. And so what would that mean? How would that wisdom change how we extract the meaning of that experience? Because there's no certainty, no stability to these freedoms and the richnesses. We have them in this moment. So in this moment, what will that mean? So thinking in that way, we'll contemplate the 8 freedoms. The first is to check if we're free from the unfortunate states, the lower rebirths. So do we have a human body and a normal human intelligence? Venerable suggested that in contemplating these, we try to put ourselves in the shoes of the beings that are being described. So to really feel that sense of appreciation. So are we free from an animal, spirit, or narak, unfree, realm, rebirth? What would that kind of confusion, ignorance, suffering, pain, based on whatever we have studied or understood, how would that interfere with spiritual progress? So try to get a taste of those states in your mind and then come back to understanding that you, at this moment, are completely free from that. And then try to think that it's not only the lower realms, the more more suffering, lower realm rebirths that I am presently free from, but also the upper realms, even the intoxicating, distracting enjoyment of the upper realms is an obstacle to spiritual growth and development. So I have experienced that in the past, but it is an obstacle to spiritual growth and development. There's no ability to develop my qualities when I'm continually distracted by sensory enjoyment. And so try to think that at present I am also free from that kind of obstacle. And then try to think that it's not only the lower realms, the more suffering, lower realm rebirths that I am presently free from, but also the upper realms, even the intoxicating, distracting enjoyment of the upper realms is an obstacle to spiritual growth and development. So I have experienced that in the past, but it is an obstacle to spiritual growth and development. There's no ability to develop my qualities when I'm continually distracted by sensory enjoyment. And so try to think that at present I am also free from that kind of obstacle. Then the next freedom is to contemplate that our bodies and minds work well enough to be able to study and to meditate. So our minds are clear enough and we're free enough from pain and other conditions that might provide or be serious obstacles to being able to cultivate our qualities. Again, think it's certainly possible that we wouldn't be able to comprehend the written or spoken word, or that we wouldn't be able to grasp more subtle philosophical concepts. So think about what that would be like, but then recognize that that doesn't describe your present experience. You are able, because you're listening to this, you are able And then the third freedom is that we're free from a time when the Buddha hasn't appeared in the world. It's possible that the Buddha might have not appeared or not taught, or those teachings might not still exist or be understood. So think what it would have been like 3,000 years ago if the Buddha hadn't come. Or think what it might be like in a couple thousand years if the teachings were no longer understood. And think that that doesn't characterize our experience. We're free from that obstacle. And then the last of these contemplations is to think, are we free from what are called wrong views? In a way, do we have a genuine interest in spiritual growth? Do we see the value of developing our qualities? Are we free from the mistaken belief that all that matters is just doing whatever it takes to get comfort in this life, regardless of whom it might hurt, that there are no consequences? Do we see the importance of developing spiritual qualities? I think we may have, for many people, You have all of the other conditions, but have no genuine interest in spiritual growth. Having contemplated these obstacles and how they don't characterize our present moment experience, we should try to cultivate the attitude of like a beggar who's found precious treasure, that we need to extract the real meaning of that experience. We need to not waste what it means to have those freedoms. And try to concentrate your mind on a sense that you yourself are like someone who's won the greatest lottery that there could ever be. Because all of the causes and conditions have come together in this moment to create the greatest freedom from obstacle to your own spiritual growth and development that is possible. And when you're ready, we'll come back together. We'll dedicate. So recollect your virtuous motivation, then recollect the effort that you put into actualizing it, and have a sense of offering that practice for the benefit of all. And that by contemplating my freedoms, I can learn to extract the meaning of my life and develop my qualities in order to be of benefit to others. And that's the only real purpose. I think by offering my practice in this way, may all of the obstacles to the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Lama Zopa Rinpoche and all of my other spiritual guides, may they be completely dispelled, so that these holy beings can remain without obstacle, and without limit, to guide me and all sentient beings to our swift enlightenment. Thank you.